Imagine living to 100, not just surviving, but smiling, dancing, laughing, truly living. What if the real secrets to a long and joyful life weren't hidden in science labs, but in the hearts of those who've already walked the path? Today, we unlock the timeless wisdom of the world's oldest, and happiest, souls. They have seen the world change in unimaginable ways, from black and white television to video calls across the globe, from horse-drawn carts to self-driving cars, from handwritten letters to instant messaging. And yet, in the midst of so much change, they remain remarkably steady, remarkably alive, and remarkably joyful. These are the centenarians, men and women who have lived more than 100 years on this earth. But more than just their age, it's their spirit that captures attention. Their stories are not only about how long they've lived but how deeply they've loved, how resiliently they've endured, and how contently they still rise each morning. Today, we look into the lives of these extraordinary individuals to uncover their timeless wisdom. What are their secrets, not just for longevity, but for living well, living fully, and living joyfully? One of the most recurring themes among those who live past 100 is having a clear sense of purpose. Whether it's tending a small garden, feeding birds each morning, mentoring young people, praying daily for their family, or simply maintaining a cherished morning ritual, these simple acts hold powerful meaning. Purpose is not just about grand ambitions or career milestones, it's about finding something that makes life feel worth waking up for. Maria, 102 years old, once said, "I still feed the birds every morning. They wait for me, and I don't want to let them down." That sentiment speaks volumes. It reveals that life is not measured by the size of our accomplishments, but by the quiet consistency of our care, our attention, and our love. When we have something or someone that depends on us, even in the smallest way, we stay connected to life. Purpose acts as an anchor in the winds of aging. It is the soul's way of saying, "You still matter. You are still needed." Alongside purpose, centenarians often attribute their longevity to strong relationships. Whether it's a deep bond with a spouse, regular phone calls with children, or lifelong friendships that have endured decades of change, relationships seem to be a cornerstone of long, happy lives. George, who recently turned 101, shared, "I talk to my daughter every day. She's my best friend." That simple act of connection, reaching out, sharing, listening, nurtures the heart. Human beings are not meant to walk through life alone. Social connection is not a luxury, it's a necessity for emotional survival. Science even backs this up. Numerous studies have shown that those with strong social ties are not only happier but also live significantly longer than those who are isolated. For many centenarians, these bonds extend well beyond their family. They make time to chat with neighbors, participate in community events, and stay socially active in small but meaningful ways. It isn't about having hundreds of friends, it's about having a few relationships that are deep, dependable, and mutual. Movement, too, plays a critical role. But not necessarily in the way modern fitness culture promotes. You won't find most centenarians lifting weights or attending spin classes. Instead, they move gently and regularly. They walk. They stretch. They tend to their homes. They dance a little while cooking. They get up often and sit only when they must. It's not about exercise, it's about staying in motion. Elsie, 104, put it beautifully, "I walk around the block every morning. That's my medicine." Daily movement keeps the joints flexible, the blood flowing, and the mind awake. There is a quiet strength in the way centenarians treat their bodies, with respect, with care, and without punishment. They listen to what their body needs. They don't overdo it, but they don't surrender to stillness either. Their lives reflect a gentle rhythm, one that keeps both body and spirit alive. Mental peace is another essential element. Over the years, centenarians seem to develop an inner calm that allows them to weather life's storms with a steady heart. They've lived through loss, many have buried spouses, friends, and even children. They've faced hardships, wars, illness, and economic struggle. And yet, they carry an air of grace and peace. Tom, 103, said something that will stick with you: worry never changed anything. I gave that up in my 60s. These words speak of emotional freedom, the ability to let go of what cannot be controlled. Many centenarians have mastered the art of surrender, not in the sense of giving up, but in the deeper sense of accepting life as it comes. They focus on what they can do, not on what they can't. They don't ruminate on regrets. They've learned to forgive easily and to laugh, even when life gets hard. Peace of mind, it seems, is not something they stumbled upon by chance. It is something they cultivated over decades, by choosing joy, by choosing forgiveness, and by keeping their hearts light. Another shared secret among many centenarians is their simple, nourishing diet. There's no single superfood or fad involved. What they eat is typically modest, homemade, and portion-controlled. Rosa, who just celebrated her 100th birthday, chuckled when asked about her diet. "I've eaten oatmeal for breakfast for 80 years. Why change what works?" Across various cultures, from Japan's Okinawa to Italy's Sardinia to Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, centenarians are often found enjoying similar habits: lots of vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and modest servings of meat. They eat slowly, often with family, and stop eating when they're full, not stuffed. Many enjoy red wine in moderation. Some have their afternoon tea or a small square of chocolate. The key seems to be consistency, not obsession. They don't count calories, they eat with awareness. Their diet isn't just about what's on the plate but also about how and with whom it's shared. Gratitude is perhaps the most beautiful thread woven through the hearts of those who have lived the longest. It's their lens for looking at life. While others focus on what's missing, centenarians seem to focus on what's present. They appreciate the sun rising, the sound of laughter, a warm blanket, a good meal, or simply the fact that they've been given one more day. Walter, 105, said it best: "I still wake up and say, thank you. That's my secret." It's a mindset, a way of relating to the world that cultivates joy, peace, and resilience. Gratitude is not about ignoring life's pain but about choosing to see beauty even in the ordinary. It gives the heart something to smile about, no matter how old it is. Spirituality also plays a strong role in many centenarians' lives. Whether through organized religion, personal prayer, or quiet meditation, they often describe a deep connection to something greater than themselves. This faith gives them strength, comfort, and perspective. It helps them accept what life brings and release what they cannot change. It gives them courage in the face of death and joy in the embrace of life. Spirituality, like gratitude, helps them maintain inner balance in a changing world. It softens their worries and strengthens their hope. Optimism is another trait common among those who reach 100. Not the naive kind that ignores problems, but the kind that believes in possibilities, in goodness, and in new beginnings, at any age. Centenarians tend to laugh a lot. They find humor in their aches, in their stories, and in the past. They don't take themselves too seriously. Humor is a powerful medicine, and these elders have taken generous doses of it. They smile often, not because their lives were easy, but because they chose joy repeatedly. And there's also a profound acceptance that comes with age, a kind of peace with imperfection. Centenarians are rarely bitter. They've seen too much to be consumed by anger. They understand that life is messy, people are flawed, and things don't always go to plan. Yet they also know that love outlasts pain, and time has a way of healing. Their stories are not fairy tales, they're filled with heartbreak, mistakes, and missed chances. But they've made peace with it all. That peace is part of their joy. So what can we learn from these remarkable souls? That longevity isn't just about genes, it's about habits. It's about mindset. It's about how we choose to live each day. We learn that joy is not the absence of pain but the presence of purpose, connection, movement, peace, gratitude, and love. We learn that it's never too late to start living well. Whether you're 60 or 90, the principles that sustain a long life remain the same. Stay active, stay kind, stay curious, and stay thankful. Laugh often. Love deeply. Let go of what no longer serves you. Forgive easily. Celebrate the small wins. And never underestimate the power of a good nap. The centenarians of the world may not have written books or led countries, but they have lived their truth, day after day, year after year, with quiet strength and enduring joy. And now, their wisdom is ours to carry forward. As you reflect on their stories, ask yourself, what would I change today if I knew I had 40 more years ahead? What would I hold on to more tightly? What would I release? Because maybe the secret isn't in adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. And as the centenarians have shown us, life can be rich, meaningful, and beautiful, if we choose to live it that way. So take a moment to pause. Breathe deeply. Smile gently. You are still here. And that alone is something to be grateful for. If this message moved you, consider subscribing to Life After 60 for more inspiring insights, life lessons, and stories that celebrate the beauty of aging. And in the comments below, we'd love to know, which centenarian secret resonated with you most? Centenarians have shown us that a joyful, meaningful life isn't built on perfection, it's built on purpose, gratitude, love, and the courage to keep going, no matter what. Their lives whisper a simple truth: it's never too late to begin living well. So whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, start today. Smile more. Worry less. Move gently. Love deeply. And always find something to be thankful for. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Life After 60. In the comments, tell us, which centenarian secret will you carry with you today? Until next time, stay well, stay wise, and remember, the best years are not behind you, they're right here, in front of you.